Guys, fam, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today I will be showing you how I make callaloo rice with pigtail. So if you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Put on your post notification bell so you don't miss each time we do an upload. Also, don't forget to comment below, let us know what you think. Now let's get into today's video. To start off, we are first going to prep the pigtail, and you all look at the cost of pigtail. It's $26.30. Oh my word. It is expensive, y'all, trust me. Anywho, so we are going to prep our pigtails, and I'm first going to start off by soaking it. So here I removed it from the packaging and I'm just going to give it a wash. I'm just going to wash it for a few times, and then next what I am going to do is to allow it to soak in some vinegar in the water. So I'm adding that just simply for the sake of if there's any rankish taste or anything, it removes that, as well as any impurities that we may not know of. Alright, so we are going to do that, and after I did allow it to soak for quite a while, at least 2 hours, guys. You want to make sure I do that simply because pigtails are very salty, extremely salty, so you want to make sure you get rid of some of that salt. So here I'm just washing it out a few times, and then next we are going to place it into our pressure pot. Now if you realize in prepping your pigtails that there are too many fats that you don't like, you can always remove it. There was some but not a lot, so I just left it. That's added flavor to the pot. So what I did, I add in some water just to cover until it covers the top of the amount of the pigtails I have in the pot. And next I'm going to put it on to boil, and once it comes to a boil I will put on the pressure rubber and then we are going to allow it to pressure. So here for our seasonings, I have some garlic, onions, I have some pimento peppers, I have some green onions, some pom and poke as we call it, or big thyme, I have some small basil, and I also have some shadow benny. Now if you can get your hand on some thyme, that will be perfect for this recipe as well. I did not have any on hand. I also have here some pink Himalayan salt, some cayenne pepper, all-purpose seasoning for that extra flavor, and I also have some brown rice, and I do have some coconut milk as well. And of course here I have a bag of the callaloo, and it's not quite fresh but it's still not that stale, so it's workable. Let's move on. So before I move on to cutting up my seasonings, I am just checking the pigtail. It is boiling. I did put on the pressure pipe rubber, and everything else, and while that is happening, we are next going to clean the callaloo. Now comment below and let me know what you call this in your country. In Grenada we call this callaloo. So I am just going to remove the stem from the leaves, and I am going to wash it out as well. So here I'm just basically speeding up the process. Once the stems are off, this is what it looks like. As I said, it's not totally fresh, but it's still not that stale. So I'm just going to go ahead and take each leaf and wash them really well. Now sometimes what I do when I do have time, I will just add some water to a bowl, place it in there with some vinegar, and allow it to soak to remove any impurities there may be in between the callaloos. Alright, so once that is done, I'm just going to take my shears and roll it a little bit, and then start cutting it into small pieces. So once it's done, I'll come back to show you. Here it is, it's all done. And next what we are going to do is to set that aside until we are ready, and we are going to move on to our seasonings. So I'm not going to say anything about that. You would have seen me cut seasoning several times, so I'm just going to go ahead and just speed through this process, and once it's done I will come back and to show you the next step. So here's our seasonings all done. I'm just going to set that aside and check on the pigtails. So it has been I did pressure it, sorry, and I did allow it to cool because you have to make sure at least 10-15 minutes, make sure that it's cool. And then what I'm going to do is to remove it because we are going to use that very same pot. So I removed it from the pot, get rid of that salty water. Next, I'm just adding in some oil to my pot, and I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to saute the seasonings. If you also have green seasonings on hand, you can add that as well. Actually, mine was finished. I need to make some more. So here I'm just going to mix it really well until everything is combined together. Allow it to saute, which I did, and then next I'm adding back in the pigtails. And we are just going to mix that around until the pigtail is well coated with the seasoning, and we are going to allow that to saute for a couple minutes as well. So this is what it looks like, and now it's time for us to add in the callaloo. So once I would have added in the callaloo, we are going to allow it to just simmer for a bit without adding too much water. We're going to allow it so that the callaloo could wilt a bit, and then of course we are going to take it from there. So I have not added any water. I'm just going to allow it on low heat, and this is what it looks like. So now I'm just adding in some water, and I started off by adding in very little water as I don't want to add in too much water to make it water soak or anything of the sort. So once I add in some water, I'm just going to allow it to boil a bit, and then we are going to come back with the next step. And guys, don't forget to comment below, let me know how you make yours. I'm very interested in knowing how. So we're going to allow this to boil and come back. This is what it looks like after a few minutes boiling, and now it's time for us to add in our coconut milk. Now I prefer to use fresh coconut milk, but because I don't have any on hand at the moment, I'm using those in the pack, and I'm just going to use half of that pack. Alright, and then once I add that in, I am just going to go ahead and mix it really well. And then once I would have mixed it really well, I am next going to add in the rice. Now I did wash the rice before I came back here, so guys, you know the rule, you have to wash it until the water runs clear. So once I add in the rice, I'm just going to mix that in really well. And once I would have mixed that in, I'm next going to add in some more water. Now here is where I do it a little bit differently. I am going to add in all of the seasonings I did mention earlier, and also what I'm going to do here is to bring it to a boil. Now I am going to be pressuring my callaloo rice. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be pressuring. To me, it avoids the whole process of it being soggy and all of that, so I am going to pressure it. No, I did not show that part, but I did pressure it. Next time I will show you guys the exact pressuring method that I used. Well, it's obviously pressuring, not the pressuring method, but I did pressure it really for roughly 12 minutes, and this is the end result, y'all. Look how nice and delicious, and everything kept its form. That was one of my main reasons for pressuring. It keeps its form, it don't get too soggy or anything of the sort. So here is a closer look for callaloo rice with pigtails, y'all. Now of course it is extremely hot, so the camera was not focusing with that. But I'm just going to go a little bit closer so you can see bits and pieces of the peppers in there. You can see also the pigtails and of course the callaloo. And here is the final plated version of our callaloo rice with pigtails. I really do hope you would have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to comment below, let us know what you think. We are always looking forward to your comments, and of course once you do this differently, kindly let us know in the comment section. If you would have tried any of our recipes, just remember that you can send it to us on our Instagram or also our Gmail, as well as our Facebook, and we are going to post it in appreciation for you trying. So until the next time, see you. Bye.